Hello Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Romani Fire. You can find me on Instagram at Romani_fire. I do daily readings there. Today is your June monthly reading. Today we're going to cover general and love readings. I've shuffled these cards so many times, so I'm just going to get straight into it. Let's look at your general reading. Your general overall, your energy basically is the Knight of Swords, and I feel like you're ready to go. There's no more holding you back. You're ready to just get out there, get moving and stuff. You've got your red cape on here, which is all about passion and intuition, and I feel like you've been in a place where you spent a lot of time just thinking, and now you're just in this place where you want to start doing. And when you're moving, be mindful not to pay attention to your surroundings. Sometimes it's good to just go, but you don't want to be a bull in a china shop and just knock everything down. You want to know where you're going and how you're going to get there. So although this is a good energy that you're trying to get to where you want to go and you're in that place of movement, just make sure that when you're moving with purpose, and you're not moving just because you just want to move. When it comes to your work, finance and education, you have the Justice card, and I feel like you're doing good. I mean, I feel like you want to be doing better, but I feel like you're okay. You're just, you're comfortable. But I feel like you have some new ideas that you want to try out. You might be thinking about going into a new line of work, or you might be trying to bring forward some new ideas to try in your current situation when it comes to work or education. You're kind of we've got the scales and it's all about balance, but I think for you guys to find that balance, I feel like you need to play around a little bit. I feel like you need to just explore every aspect of what you're doing when it comes to work and stuff like that, because I feel like if you just stay where you are, you're going to get very bored very quickly. And I feel that your passion, you've got a passion for what you're doing, but you might feel like you're actually not really doing it right. There's no right or wrong. I'm just saying that you may feel like you're not really using your full potential in what you're doing, and you just feel steady. Whereas you want to feel like when you wake up, you want to feel like, okay, yeah, I'm going to work. I've got all this great stuff that I want to do, and instead of sitting down and just being like, okay, I've got to go to work. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me just have it, like a routine. It's becoming a bit boring almost, and you've got all of these great ideas that you want to explore, and you've got all these questions that you might want to ask, like maybe your manager, or if you're your own boss, there's more ideas that you want to explore or things that you want to try out. And I feel like for you guys, now is a great time for you to explore and to try new things. Let's have a look. When it comes to your thought process, communication, and living your truth, you're very confident in where you are at the moment, and you're speaking clearly. But speaking clearly to a lot of people, like being assertive to a lot of people, actually they take it as being rude or cold or whatever. They don't really seem to understand what it means to speak with purpose. So I feel like, yeah, you're really coming from a great place. Mentally, you're full of ideas, and you're full of creations, and you're full of love and confidence and stuff like that. But I feel that the way others may see you, it might just be a little bit of misunderstanding at the moment, and that's fine. It's, not everyone's meant to understand you. Who cares? That's their problem, not yours, right? But I think overall you're in a really good place when it comes to your mental and your communication, and I feel like you are communicating in a very positive and creative and very confident way. You've got a lot of yellow here, and yellow is connected to the solar plexus, which is all about our confidence, our self-worth, our self-esteem. And you seem to be in a place at the moment where you're really good with yourself. I mean, you might be trying to go places before you're just you're just ready to go. But again, I'm drawn back to the don't be a bull in a china shop, and to, if you're going to make moves with purpose, and not just because you want to move, you know. There's no point in making plans and doing stuff if you don't really know, like, the end goal of what you're trying to do, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, you know, you're communicating good and you're ready to go, and that's all fine. Let's have a look at what your plan of actions would be. You've got the King of Swords, and he's just sitting there in his truth. And next to him you have like this totally different kind of energy, in a sense that like he's ready to go, but he's just here and he's just like, and so I feel like when it comes to your actions, again, I feel like I'm going to repeat myself, is that you need to, with him sitting on his throne, he's really thought about what he's doing. Like he's already been in this energy, like he's already experienced this energy. So it's almost like he's thinking about the moves that he wants to make. So where your underlying energy is, you're ready to go, go, go. Your advice when it comes to, excuse me, your actions, is to actually really think about what it is that you want to do and where you want to go, and communicate it. Because I feel like when you start talking more about the things that you love and the things that you're thinking about, or the things you want to create, when you actually start talking about it, you actually start putting it out there, and you might find that you actually start bringing people towards you, and they will be more interested in the ideas that you have. Sometimes when we're too busy out there doing whatever, just trying to get our stuff out there, we don't give the opportunity for people to actually find us. You know, like when you're constantly on the go, it's hard for someone to catch up with you. So it's almost like just slow down a little bit and think about what it is you're saying and what you're doing and where you want to go. Because if you're a lot slower, it gives people who are interested in investing in what you've got to offer, it will give them a chance to find you and talk to you and hear more about what you've got to say. When it comes to your emotions, relationships, I feel like you're holding on to someone from the past, and I feel like you're being really stubborn. And it's like the relationships, whether it doesn't have to be a partner, it can be family, it can be friends or whatever, whoever it is, you're holding on to a point where people are just like, come on now, like it's been a year or however long it might have been. It's like it's time to let that shit go now, but you don't want to. You're still caught up in this situation or on this person, and you just really don't want to let that person go for whatever reason. But I feel like if I look at the card, I don't see anybody else around you, so it feels like that person's already done. She's gone, and you're still there holding on to something. And I feel like for you guys, it's time to let that go and to really focus more on yourself and all of this kind of energy. I feel like when you're focusing too much on the external stuff, like the relationship, let's say, that's not working out and that you're holding on to, when you're holding on to something, you're not creating room for anything new to come in. So I feel like, you know, do what you've got to do, obviously, because we all need to heal and we all need to go through a process. But I feel like for you guys, you've just been holding, it's like you don't actually want to deal with the process, like you don't actually want to feel what you need to feel so you can heal. You'd rather just hang on to this person and just drive yourself crazy. But there could be literally, we've got like all these, you've got 2 kings here and a knight. There could be 3 people waiting to come in, and you're holding on to possibly 4 stale relationships that no longer serve you. But yet you've got these 3 great characters here, but you're so focused on 1, 2, 3, 4 people that these people can't actually come towards you yet, because you're just not even interested. You're too busy just focused on this situation. And I feel like when it comes to you and your emotions, forget all of that. Like on the inner basis, like at the core, I feel like you have like a fear of rejection, maybe, or there's like a trigger inside of you that's really being triggered at the moment. And instead of using escapism. It's time for you to actually sit down and look at what the problem is and why it's affecting you and why it's affecting your relationships, because at the end of the day it all starts with us. So if you're holding on to this relationship and you're using it as a scapegoat so you don't have to deal with the underlying issue, now is the time to actually deal with the underlying issue, because the last thing you want to do is have these great people that want to come in, but you're still dealing with a trigger that you haven't like healed or looked at, because you're, okay, I'm going to start repeating myself. So you're going to just keep focusing on the things that don't matter anymore, rather than focusing on overcoming what's blocking you when it comes to your emotions and your relationships and stuff. So Scorpio, I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's have a look at your love life, shall we? Again, I have already shuffled these cards, so I'm going to get straight to it. When it comes to your love life, I feel like you could possibly have all the tools that you need, but I feel like you're just not using them properly for whatever reason. And I know that the overall usual textbook version of the Magician literally talks about manifestation, but I feel like there's some kind of something in the way, and obviously that something is you. Whether you want to realize that or not, that's down to you. But the overall message that I'm getting is that as above, so below. But if you look at his arm reaching up, his arm is reaching up, but the arm that's going down kind of looks a little bit like meh, whatever, you know. But you've got to have the balance. You've got to have the same excitement you have pointing up as the same excitement you have pointing down. You need the balance. And once you find that balance, you'll start like manifesting the people that you want. And yeah, there'll be some great people. Let's have a look. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. If you're in a relationship, you could be dealing with an earth sign, which would be a Virgo, Capricorn. Oh my God, I forgot Taurus. My mind just went so blank just then. So you could be dealing with an earth sign or someone that has that characteristic, and they're taking their time, and they're taking their time because they feel like at the moment you're just playing. Like, it's like you've got all the stuff you need, but you don't really know how to use it. So they're kind of sitting there and they're just kind of watching you, and they've got like this offer, but they're like, should I offer it to them? I don't really know if they're ready for this, because I mean, they look like they're doing something, but it doesn't look like they know what they're doing yet. It's almost like you're just kind of going abracadabra, but what are you abracadabraing? You know? So I feel like if you are dealing with an earth sign, I feel like they're just really taking their time, because I feel like they're a bit confused on how you're moving at the moment. I feel like you're moving a little bit unsure. But then, you know, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which talks about, you know, the tables turning, changing times. You know, you could have been going through a really shit time, but that's all changing now. Like, you've been through that shit. You've got to let that stuff go, because what's coming in for you, what is turning, the tables are turning, but allow them to turn, because you deserve to be happy just like everybody else in the world. So, you know, the tables are turning, great things are coming towards you, but first just master just that little bit more. You need to master a little bit more about yourself and what it is you want and where you're going. If you're in a relationship, I see that you're ready to possibly take things to the next level. I mean, if you look at this lady here, she's got the blindfold on, so she doesn't really know what she's getting herself into, but she trusts the fact that she knows what will happen will always be for the highest good. So even though you're in this relationship and you feel ready to take it to the next level, you're also very aware that the next level, you know, it's new ground. If it will be, it will be. If it's not meant to be, then, you know, you trust the process. If you're dating people, you could be dealing with the earth sign. Even in a relationship, you could be dealing with an earth sign. If you're dating, you're dealing with someone that's moving at a more slower pace, and I feel like it might be irritating you a little bit, and you're kind of trying to rush it up because you might be ready, and you're just like, oh, come on, I'm ready. Why are you taking so long? But again, if you're dating and you're dealing with an earth sign, they move slower. They want to make sure that what they're getting into is for their highest good. They don't just want to get into something for the sake of it. When they move with purpose. So I feel like you might be trying to be like, yeah, come on, you know, I'm ready, and you might be kind of putting it on them a little bit too strong, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like for them, they're just trying to make sure that this is what they want. This could even be you. Maybe you're trying to figure out if this is what you want, you know, not just them. It comes down to you too. But tables are turning, but you need to allow yourself to let them turn and to trust the process. Like I come back to this lady here with the blindfold. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to anything, it's all about trusting the process. So just enjoy the process, enjoy the people that you're meeting, enjoy your relationships, and yeah, just let it flow naturally, and what's meant to be will be. Well, I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you guys in the July reading. Bye.